Welcome back to ELA with Mrs. Inman. All right, you need a mentor text, a pencil, and a highlighter. Go ahead and get those things. All right, so today our goal is I can use my knowledge of first-person point of view to analyze historical fiction. All right, so we're going to talk about point of view, and I have up just the differences between first person and third person. Let's not forget, we're focusing on this story, the court's decision, in first person. But I want you to see the difference. So, point of view is the perspective from which the story is being told, or the text. I guess not necessarily a story. So, first person uses pronouns. I, me, my, mine, ours. A character is telling the story, and the story is biased towards their point of view. Bias means it's only in that person telling the story's opinion. They're biased to what's going on. Third person point of view uses pronouns such as his, her, him, they. A narrator's telling the story. The narrator's not a character in the story. And then we see an outside view of the action. So that's the difference. Now let's get on with the court's decision and talking more about first person point of view. What can I say? It's all about me, 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 me. So, point of view is the lens through which the reader sees the story. When authors focus on the point of view of one character, they can emphasize or downplay parts of the story. Point of view is important because it directs the reader to what the author wants us to focus on. If you think about what we're reading right now during Read Aloud, it's from first person point of view, but we just have multiple people telling their point of view. And they're telling it in how they see it and what they want us to believe and what their opinion is about what's going on. All right, let's analyze point of view. So point of view is first person point of view is told by someone directly involved in the events of the text. In the court's decision, it's Dred Scott. It's being directly told by Dred Scott. There are key words. I, me, my, we, us, our. Narrative nonfiction will use first-person point of view. That's what we're reading right now, is a historical fiction. The narrator shares his or her thoughts, feelings, and opinions about events in the text. And the narrator is limited. He or she cannot read other people's minds. All right, let's take a look here. I never did understand why Miss Irene wanted to keep us as her slaves because she didn't even live in St. Louis no more. I see two pronouns that are being used here. Do you see them? Yep, I and us. Those are pronouns that help us to know that this is being told from first person point of view. Our evidence is that sentence, talking about and helping you to feel the frustration that Dred Scott is feeling. It allows us to feel the narrator, Dred Scott, frustration, like I said, and confusion. Like, I don't get it. She didn't live there anymore. Take a look here. It says, what difference did it make to us where Mr. Sanford lived? He's kind of sounding frustrated, isn't he? Again, it allows us to feel his frustration and confusion. Could give us the right to sue in court all the way in Washington, D.C., in the highest court in all the land. That allows me to understand the narrator's optimism. Okay, well, I see us again, pronoun, first person, but then it's talking about how this is going to the highest court in the land. That shows that Dred Scott is optimistic. It's going to be in Washington, D.C. It's a very important court case. So consider this. Do we know what the other characters in the story are feeling, thinking, or doing? Yes? No? We don't, do we? All right, so it's your turn. I want you to read paragraphs 3 through 5 on page 13. You're going to highlight your evidence in the text, okay? So what did the narrator think and feel about his case? So read 3 through 5 on page 13. Highlight your evidence on how you know how he felt. Pause. Yes, I'm going to say that again. Pause here because I want you to not jump right to our answer. All right, welcome back. Here we go. So we've got the 3 paragraphs, and you highlighted the evidence to show how he's feeling. It took the man 2 long hours to say what he had to say. Sounds kind of frustrating, doesn't it? I'm kind of feeling bad actually right now for Dred Scott. The news that took 2 hours to read was bad. After 11 long years, we was still slaves. And he's using the pronoun we. So again, first person. And it makes us feel like he's frustrated, sad maybe, confused. He waited patiently. He was not happy with the result. And he is frustrated. All right, so evaluate your learning. Our goal was I can use my knowledge of first-person point of view to analyze historical fiction. Check it out. Were you a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1? This is always an important part. I'm hoping you don't skip this part because it's good to know where you're at. So put what you are in the corner of your mentor text. And then I look forward to seeing you again later.